What's up, guys? Smappy Yew here, wishing you a happy new year, and we're gonna kick this New Year's off with some Relic Nights. That's right, and we're playing No. So I know a couple of you guys out there asked for some No to be represented, so painted some up, and this is gonna be. I got 35 points of No ready to go. So for scenarios, I drew Grand Conjunction. Junction, what's your function? That's the one where basically you've got to infuse your primary objective 3 times and your opponent's primary objective 3 times. And then I got Anarchy, which is the one where you have to sabotage both. It could be a combination of your own objectives and your opponent's objectives. You need 5 sabotage counters on 5 different objective markers. Alright, kids, let's talk lists here. So let's see if I can pronounce these correctly. So for my questing night, I took Marakan and Lock Me. Yeah, it sounds right. 2 Berserkers, Beastmaster, 2 Hounds, and I took 2 Dampening Fields. So basically everything that I have painted and ready to go. But this is good stuff. Like I would have taken this anyways. I don't know if you noticed, but I tend to use questing nights more than the Relic Knights, and I really like Marakan's cadre ability of giving everyone stealth. Now, if you don't know what, or if you're unfamiliar with stealth, basically that means if the unit can claim cover, you cannot target it with ranged attack. So that's going to be that's going to come in handy. Only downside to that is well, these are very big models. Most of them are going to be on 50 mil bases, and their height is pretty high. So claiming cover will be a challenge, but it's something that I wanted to play around with and see if I can do. So yeah, we'll see how that works in the battle. Alright, so for my opponent, they are the Doctrine. Yeah, Doctrine's very popular in our area here. A lot of Doctrine players. Anyways, their goals were conservation, which basically you have to take 3 conservation tokens from each of my objectives and run it back to the primary objective, their primary objective, deposit those tokens in, and realign, which is basically infusing my objectives with basically infused tokens. Okay, so the list for the Doctrine is going to include a questing knight that I've never fought or known much about, which is Codifier Bray and FF9000. The prefix, which I know a little bit about, they're pretty much target number 1 for me, and I'll explain that as the battle report goes on. And Hasami, so a very small list, but pretty deadly. I mean, I'm familiar with Hasami. She's got a great guard, and she could do a lot of damage, and so can the prefix. Okay, so let's take a look at the battlefield here. I drew Villain, so I placed my primary objective first, right behind that big old tower there, and then Doctrine placed next. Their primary objective, as you can see, is really close to mine. I think it's just about 9 inches, or just a little bit outside of 9 inches. Reason being, he's got to interact with both his primary objective and my primary objective. and I got to do the same for his. So we're pretty much both happy with having the primary, both the primary objectives being so close to each other. Worked out for both of us. As for the secondary objectives, I wanted to spread mine out as much as possible because I knew that he had to grab conservation tokens, and I wanted his guys to be running around the field as much as possible so that I could mainly pick off the prefix squad. So with me being villain, that means Doctrine takes the first turn. They activate the prefix, and they basically cast their long-range spells right at the no berserkers. Kind of surprising to me because one of the reasons why I was so afraid of the prefix, they have a rule called act as one, so they can split up, and given the Doctrine's objective, I thought basically the prefix were going to be the primary objective runners. One was going to kind of camp the primary objective while the others run out and grab the conservation tokens. At least that's how I would have played it, but my opponent was thinking more offensive-mindedly. By keeping them together, they'll actually dish out more damage. So, it's kind of a, depending on what you want to do with them type deal. I mean, they're not as good as Suspect 7, in my opinion, but they're still pretty deadly. So, to me, they were the deadliest thing on the table. So, so he activated them first, and I got a good idea of what he wanted to do with them. So my turn, I start with Lakme, who gets Esper just for activating, and transfer to the Hounds. So then Doctrine activates Codifier Bray, who moves up, tries to take a shot at the Berserkers to finish them off, because one was pretty much on its last wound thanks to the prefix. However, stealth came into play. He couldn't nominate them as a target, so then he switched targets to Marikan and took a shot there, and then I used my overcharge redirect and was able to redirect damage to the primary objective. However, I think she still took damage because of splash damage. So I took, I think, 2 points or something like that, but no big deal. So then I activate Marikan, who's got a bow, so it's nice to have some range with the no. That's another reason I picked her. She takes a shot at the prefix, and she takes one down, so pretty cool. Hasami activates for Doctrine and then just refocuses. And then I do the same with the Hounds, so the Hounds are sitting on 2 Esper. FF9000 goes and transfers Esper to Codifier Bray, I believe. Yep. Alright, so then I do a charge with the Berserkers on Hasami. But unfortunately, I did not realize this at the time. Hasami has her hoodie guard is overpowered, so even though the Berserkers have their basic attack is overpowered, her hoodie blocks that, and yeah, she was able to stop it. Okay, Codifier Bray walks up and gets a conservation token. Then my doggies go and take out another of the prefix. The last of the prefix go, and they get a conservation token. So I respond with activating my questing knight Murakan, who shoots the last of the prefix, giving me the first point of the game and first blood. Code of Fire Bray, I think, yeah, he's going to deposit the first of the conservation tokens. Okay, so I think I missed a shot here somewhere, but basically my turn, I activate the Berserkers again. They charge Hasami down. She blocks again, and then she activates and then slaughters a Berserker and leaves one like on, I think, a couple wounds. It was pretty bad. That's F9000, transferring more Esper. Then I activate the Beastmaster, who places the first sabotage token. Hasami then activates and then finishes off the Berserker unit. And then I infuse my primary objective. I think Hasami moves to the Doctrine's primary objective to protect it, and then I move the Beastmaster to sabotage another token. Okay, so I skipped a couple activations here, but basically to sum this up, I start basically just going for objectives at this point. So I was able to infuse my primary objective 2 more times, and the Doctrine player is running Code of Fire Bray out to pick up conservation tokens. So Hasami drops off a conservation token. Yeah, so definitely missing some photos here, but you can see that Code of Fire Bray has gotten all the way across the table. F9000 is transferring Esper to him, and that's just a shot of him, just a closer shot. Okay, so I missed a lot of shots. There was a lot of repetitive actions going on here. As you can see, just some infused tokens being dropped on Doctrine's primary objective, and then I've got the Beastmaster ready to secure the final VP there with a sabotage token. That's going to score 3 for me, put me at 4, and eventually he's just not going, he's just sort of out of position to stop my pieces from infusing. And yeah, so we get the primary objective, and we're gonna win it 9-1. So it's the first time playing No, and logged myself a win, so pretty happy about that. There's some concerning things I have about No, but I think once I get my Serpent Priestess all painted up and the other hounds, I think I'm going to really enjoy this army. Anyways, hey guys, just wanted to wish you guys a happy new year. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. Sorry I didn't get enough pictures, but there were so many actions where I was just, you know, I would rotate my quest ignite in every other activation just to get those infused tokens off, and yeah, that'll do it. So I will see you on the next one.